How's it going, YouTube? JamieTheKid00 here, coming at you guys with a deck profile of something that I was having a little bit of fun with last week. I was a bit bored with dragons, because I'm pretty sure it's what I'm going to be playing at the YCS, so I figured I don't want to play it to death, because then I'll get bored of it and play something stupid and not do very well. So I figured while I was, I had a bit of work to do, so I was just I threw something together that I knew and loved, and I played this a week and a half ago now, at what was meant to be my locals, but no one showed up, so I just played a fun game. And I really enjoyed playing windups. I built this and geared it towards Dragon Rulers. I tested it on Dueling Network, and I won, I believe, all but one of my Dragon Ruler matchups because of the gearing towards it. And to be fair, it was probably because it was Dueling Network, and a lot of players in Dueling Network aren't that savvy and getting around a few things. But I figured I'd actually bring you guys a deck profile because I had a side deck for it. And I know you guys love when I do side decks. And I really enjoyed playing this deck, and it was a good bit of fun, and I might take it to London for the side events. I guess, just because I want to have some fun. But I don't know. And I figured I should at least deck profile it before I take it apart to build dragons, because I'm going to need all these green sleeves and more green sleeves because of that new rule where your entire deck, main side and extra, has to be in the same sleeves. So I'm going to be using these for my extra deck and stuff, and then I've got a whole new set of these for the main deck. It's so annoying. But life is life. Anyway, we're going to get into the profile and talk about the wind-up deck that I have been trialling, having a bit of fun with. It might be bad, it might be good. So we're going to start off with 3 MVP guy, 3 wind-up rabbit. Wind-up rabbit is just the best card. It's so good when you can get into the rabbit lock game states. This card also has an amazing synergy with Vanity's Emptiness, because of the fact that this is so hard to kill. You don't have to worry about having a guy die by battle, and because he returns, or anything that he bounces returns and doesn't special summon, it gets around Vanity's. This works perfectly under Vanity's Emptiness, and if your opponent normal summons something to try and kill this by battle, they're not going to be able to, so at least you're able to stall them another turn. And the only thing the Dragon deck can really normal summon against this is Trooper, and a lot of them are cutting Trooper. I'm pretty sure there aren't any other normal summons that can kill this by battle. So this card is incredibly strong against dragons under Vanities. It lets you get in the damage under Vanities, unless they set Debris Dragon or Trigon. That's the only situations in which this is bad. So it's a really good card. And then, of course, there's the obvious things about Wind-Up Rabbit being, unkillable. And then play Triple Rat. Triple Rat is still, in my opinion, an incredible card. Some people like 2 because it can clog, but I really feel that you need to have as much special summoning utility and as much access to your rank 3s as possible because of the amount of decks that can make stuff for free. You need to be able to make stuff as free as you can, and one card is as free as you're going to get in this deck. And I've just dropped stuff. The next 3 we play are 3 Wind Up Shark, just for our combos. Just for our combos. Yes, it means that a lot of your Xyz plays will be -1 unless you're using Magician or Rat, but it is the cost you have to pay to go in against some of these decks. And of course, as some people will tell you, Tour Guide this against a blaster, I believe, is either game or almost game, because you can go Tour Guide, Invoker, get a guy, drop this, make Volcasaurus, kill blaster, and then make Gaia and poke for 2. I think you only need 18 more or something like that. I'm not going to do the math right now because I'm really tired. I've just finished doing a really big assignment for my dissertation, so that's why I've been off YouTube for so long. But this is probably not going to be the first video I post, even though it's the first one I record. And then playing 1 Magician. Magician is so good. And then the 1 Warrior as a target for Invoker. I was playing Warrior and Soldier, but I really need the room for more cards, so we're gonna play that. And then play double Tour Guide because of the Tour Guide Shark combo. And Tour Guide is a free Xyz. It's a free rank 3, and the rank 3s in this deck aren't bad. But they get you around a few problem cards. So double Tour Guide is a thing. I then play 1 Brotherhood of the Firefist Bear, because I still like the tanky Bear engine. I still like to get to Rabbit as fast as I can, and Bear gives you a searchable smashing ground type deal, and it's incredibly good at getting around Dracosack, because you can have this guy and say a recurring Wind-Up Rabbit. If you can just go this guy and that Wind-Up Rabbit, kill the 2 tokens, and then be able to have the effect to destroy the Dracosack at the end. That's quite awkward for this deck to do, because 26 is huge. And to be able to, you have to kill the Dracosack in the battle phase after killing its tokens. It's so difficult to make that 26 and kill the tokens. So, Bear is a thing. I then played 3 Max C because of how special summoning the meta is. If I go in against anything that doesn't special summon, like Prophecy, because they don't special summon as much, I'll take them out. I'll take the risk of playing 3. Evil Swarm, I'll play 3 because I can deal with Evil Swarm. Evil Swarm and things like that are no problem for this deck. It's the Dragon matchup that's the worry. So that is the monster lineup. I forget how many it is. I think it might be 16. It's not that many. The spell lineup is fairly standard. It's playing a few things that I would normally play in the side in the main, but I kind of like them being in the main now because of the matchups we have to play against. So, for our one-offs, we play 1 Dark Hole and 1 Book of Moon because they're the only 2 kind of good one-offs that are available now that Reborn and Storm are gone. And then play 3 MST because it's 3 MST. I was playing 2, but Vanity's Emptiness, which is mained in almost every Dragon deck out there, is so damaging to this deck, and Dragon Ravine is so damaging to this deck, you have to have the outs to it as soon as they're played. So, the MSTs are in there. I then play Double Duality. I wanted to keep this, I think this is 40 cards, it might be 41 cards, but I wanted to keep the deck count as low as possible, and my main joke about not playing 3 dualities is I don't have 3 secrets. So I play 2 duality because I only have 2 secrets, and I don't want the 3rd one in there anyway, because it'd just bump up the deck. It'd be like playing the 3rd upstart, in my opinion. So if I don't have room for the 3rd, I don't want to cut anything, so I'm just not going to play it. And then play Double Messenger of Peace. This ties in with Rabbit Theory, with the Wind Up Rabbit Theory, with the fact that Wind Up Rabbit can keep recurring and pushing damage into your opponent under Messenger, and it can keep doing it under Vanities, and this can just keep your opponent away until they can make Scrap Dragon. Like, it is killable, it is very easy to kill, but in some situations, in some grindy situations, you've got so much back row that you can probably have a Phoenix Chain or a Compulse or something to stop the Draco Sack or the Scrap Dragon that is going to deal with this, leaving them with only MST and Blaster and Raigeki Break to get around the Messenger, and almost every monster that they play that they're going to put on board is going to be huge. So Messenger really puts in a lot of work in that regard. I then play Double Tanky for the Rabbit Search and the Bear Search. And then the 3 Wind Up Factory, because you have to be able to keep up with the advantage that the Dragon deck is going to put out. Like, the amount of advantage it spits out is nutty, so that's my only advice. You have to be able to keep up. You have to be able to keep going plus while they go plus, because otherwise, if Dragons go plus on you, you lose, because you lose when they're minus on you, so it's stupid. The traps are Double Vanity's Emptiness, because you can get a lot going. You can make, say, a powerful Xyz, like, I don't know, Mace Stroke or something like that. You can make Mace Stroke or something like that, and then get your Vanities down, and it's so difficult for your opponent to get around it, especially because Dragons do not main MST, usually. I'm planning on doing it, because it's so stupid. Like, you need it so much. But most Dragon players do not main MST, so the Vanity's Emptinesses are... You need to play them. You need to play them in this. I then play, because of the fact that Dracosack and Scrap Dragon are cards and other card destruction are cards, 2 Phoenix Chain. Phoenix Chain will just stop attacks, stop effects, stop loads of things that damage me, and it stops the Black Rose. The Black Rose is the huge thing that really damages this deck. Black Rose hurts this like you would not believe, because of the fact it makes you go so minus. So you need to have the outs to that. Other cards to help you not go minus and force your opponent into a minus is the Mirror Force. You need to have as many cards that are going to go +1 as you can. I feel like I'm talking about an apocalyptic state of the game, but it kind of is. You need to be in a situation where you can go as plus as possible. So the Mirror Forces are in there because they stop the OTK pushes. When people think they have you, they don't think the back row is a Mirror Force. They think they can push. You can Mirror Force, and it's happened quite a few times. Like, you can push your opponent for a minus. And then for the one-offs, I play the 1 Compulse, the 1 Bottomless, the 1 Torrential, and the 1 Solemn Warning for those one-off traps, because they're all pretty needed. The extra check is the standard 15 Xyz monsters in the form of 3s, 4s, and 5s, which you always see me play. Oh, and a 7, But we're just going to get straight into it. So we play the 1 Leviathan Dragon, because he's the beater. You need a standard beater that you can make with Rat. The Leviair, he makes your combos and makes your OTKs. You can do some really fun plays with this thing, Rabbit and Rat. So that's a card. The 1 Invoker, I'm trying to speed this up because I'm running out of time. The 1 Invoker, because of the Tour Guide Shark play with Wind Up Warrior. Its only target is Wind Up Warrior. The Solar Silver Mountain. Solar Silver Mountain is really great for A, baiting out opponents' back row, and B, locking them down if they aren't chainable. And also the fact that this can just kill over stuff like Card Trooper and things like that, and net you like a rabbit out of the graveyard and things like that. It's just really nice. It's just really nice to keep allowing you to go plus. I then play 1 Mech-Whipped Engineer. This is in here for 2 reasons. One, if you can make it during an OTK push, or just big board push, it can A, block your opponent from killing your guys, and B, block your opponent from Swift Scarecrowing you if you've already dealt damage and you're going for your game push. Because if you have this and like another monster, and you only have to deal like 1800 for game, and it's just this and another 1800, if you attack with this first, if they go Scarecrow, you can just switch to defense and then attack with the other one, or you can, do it the other way around. So this just is really great, because Scarecrow actually has to negate the attack. And then, of course, as I just said, there is the bonus of him being able to make anything unkillable for a turn. So he's really good. And then the final three I play is one Temtempo. I just really like this for all sorts of matchups. I really liked it for dealing with Gaia Dragons, dealing with the Draco Sacks and things like that. I'm just getting pumped up, and I really liked it for the Rogue matchups, because there are so many Xyz matchups in which this is just so good. So I like Temtempo. It's not that great against dragons, but it's good against everything else. So I wanted to have a few cards that were good against everything else. So that's the threes. The fours, I play, I think, 5 fours? Yeah. I play one Maestroke because I love Maestroke. He's really good, and in this deck he's stupidly good. The one Gaga Cowboy because it's a big attack pusher. It's the attack pusher of my fours because it can poke for 25 into something that's 3k and crash with it, so it's really good. And then there's the Andrew Burn, of course. The one Abyss Dweller because this locks out dragons so much. It's so good against the dragon matchup. If you're able to force them to go minus out of their hand, which they're quite willing to do because they think they can get stuff out of grave, if you can force them to go minus out of their hand, you can then put them in a situation where you can lock their dragons in the graveyard and then concentrate your traps on dealing with the rest of their hand. And in those 2 turns, you should be able to set yourself up with a game push, or at least put yourself in a position where you're better able to deal with the dragons when they're actually able to get out of the graveyard. And it gives you more time to find the Vanity's Emptiness and things like that. Then I play the one Papal Imperative A for the combos that you play this in, like the Magician combo where you need to switch the rat to attack mode, or just for being Papal Imperative and switching tokens to attack and beating them up and things like that. So it's just really quite nice in that respect. I then play one Diamond Direwolf for instantaneous removal, and also the way this combos in with Rabbit as well, because this is really good for just bouncing, targeting Rabbit and bouncing the Rabbit and still getting a free destruction. So it's quite nice. So those are the fours. Then the fives I play are pretty standard. They are Tyrus, because Tyrus is the best kind of generic one, I guess. There's Zenmayo for dealing with the heavy back row or the set cards, and it's just really, really effective against all the trap heavy matchups, like Evil Swarm and things like that, because it's bigger than Ophion, and it's able to kill all the protecting back row behind Ophion as well. And I then play one Volcasaurus because of the Volcasaurus play, and the Gaia Dragon for the Volcasaurus. Right, that rounds off the main and the extra. We're just going to get into the side pretty quickly. I can give you a bit of reasoning, but it's not too much to talk about. I played Double Effect Veiler. Double Effect Veiler is, in my opinion, is really good against Prophecy and in the Rogue. I really don't like it against dragons because, to be honest, it's really redundant against dragons. You don't fear Crimson Blader, you don't fear Big Eye, you don't fear Dracossack that much. So, I mean, put them in if you want to, but I don't feel that necessary for the dragon matchup. I played 2 Crow for the dragon matchup, because when your opponent banishes two to summon a dragon from grave, you can Crow the dragon that's trying to come out, and that can put them in a really bad position because it can take away one of their colours if it's the only copy of it they have in the grave, and it can put them on tilt. Like if they're banishing 2 dragons to summon a dragon, that's 3 dragons they're not going to be able to use that turn, so it's quite nice. I then play Double Banisher. This is for the Mermail matchup, because you do have to have something for the Mermails. They're still out there, and they're quite good against dragons if you can open it, so it's in there. I don't know how I feel about it too much at the moment. Something I'm testing for the dragon matchup, this is a bit of a trolly card because this deck was built for locals, is 3 Zombie World. 3 Zombie World was something I put in last minute just to have some fun, and because I couldn't find my DNA surgeries, to make all the dragons in my opponent's field and grave zombies, so that they couldn't summon dragon rulers unless they vanished from their hand. So it's quite fun, it's quite a good card, and it locks them out of making quite a few things, so I really like Zombie World for that reason. I'm testing Double Level Limit, because the only monsters this deck makes are Xyzes, put it that way. Like, it really doesn't care about attacking with the stuff that's in its main deck other than Bear, So level limit puts in a lot of work in this deck. It does against the dragon matchup because it means that the only stuff that's basically going to be able to attack in the dragon matchup is card troopers and their Dracosack and Bigger. Those are the only cards that can attack. All of the synchros and things like that can't attack because of level limit. So it's quite good against dragons. And then play the one Ignorant Fissure because you will draw it. You need it for some matchups and you will draw it. The one Soul Drain for dragons and mermails, and the 2 Trap Stun for dragons, mermails, Evil Swarm, everything basically, everything, but I just didn't want to main it because I play so many traps myself, and it's also really good for going off under your own Vanity's Emptiness. So yeah guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. Hopefully in one of the videos that will have been posted before this, I will have explained why I've been gone for so long. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time with a Dragon Ruler deck profile. It will be, because it's what I'm going to be building, it's what I'm testing, and I'm going to try and do a few more discussion videos in the near future. But otherwise, this has been Jamie the Kid 00. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.